that's quite inspiring.
Long answer to a short question, but
Absolutely. We got a wing cheers to that one before the before the next question.
I will take that.
There you go, wing cheers.
Hey everyone, we are here at the Dog Stadium in Edinburgh, located on Klausner and Chapin. We're here with the owner, Edgar.
Hi guys, my name is Edgar, proud owner of the Dog Stadium. We're located at 1402 North Klausner Boulevard.
And we're actually here to celebrate National Wing Day, which is July 29th. And we can see here we've got this beautiful platter of chicken wings and fries.
Absolutely, we have jumbo wings in the house, never frozen. We're gonna have specials all day. Stay tuned to our social medias and look out for those.
And we thought we would do something a little different, right? A little fun, right, for this one. We'll do 3 wings, 3 questions, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll get to ask you 3 questions, and you can ask me 3 questions, and we'll enjoy some wings along the way. How's that sound?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Let's go with you first,
okay,
if you don't mind. All right, so I can attest this place is fantastic, and I don't say that lightly. We've done a couple of events here. The food here is fantastic, and everybody that's ever come has always said really great things about it. Really unique kind of a place. So my first question for you is, what inspired you to open up this restaurant in the first place, especially kind of the themes that you've got going on here and the particular menu?
Thank you for asking that. Opening up this place wasn't the lightest task. It was definitely not taken lightly. My brother and I own it, and we decided to first evaluate the landscape, the restaurants around here, and most importantly, the restaurants that have already existed in this building, which have been primarily Mexican. So we just went through a list of goals that we wanted to, and just kind of went through elimination of process. And then at the end, I'm not gonna lie, Omar, we just decided to get a little wild with doing dogs first, and then complementing them with wings and hamburgers.
Yeah. I love that. The dogs here are amazing. They're not just like the normal hot dogs. It's like a gourmet hot dog.
No, absolutely, I appreciate that. And then just to touch on that, our food is quality. We have nothing but 100% beef dogs, Black Angus beef for our burgers. Everything is quality, down to the salt and pepper. And that's something that we will never sacrifice now and in the future.
Yeah, trust me, I understand how hard that is. I'm a business owner myself. And so like rolling that dice, right, and getting into it from day one, I'm sure it was pretty scary at the beginning.
Definitely very, very scary. So with that being said, you're a business owner, Omar. What motivated you to want to run for mayor of Edinburgh?
This is a great question. I have to start though in preface by saying I apologize. I am probably one of the messiest eaters you will ever meet.
That's all right, man.
My wife gets mad at me all the time for this. So if you see me with grease all over my face and sauce all over it, don't mind. So don't worry, everybody. It's
same here.
It's pretty common. So, but great question. Why did I decide to run for mayor? Well, it was not an easy decision. I'll be honest about that, and it was not an obvious one. So I was a city attorney for almost 6 years. Stepped down at the end of last year, and when I did, I figured I'd be going back to kind of concentrate on my law firm. It's been growing quite a bit over the last few years. I'm very proud of it. Got a great staff, and that was kind of the plan. But the current mayor, Ramiro Garza, decided not to run for re-election after he got a health diagnosis. He's doing really well, by the way. So everybody that's concerned, he's improving quite a bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
But when that happened, I started getting calls right away asking if I would consider running for mayor. And my initial reaction to that was absolutely not. It was just not something that I had considered, and it wasn't on my radar in any way to do that. But then, I decided to take the question seriously and give it the kind of thought that it deserved. First person I talked to was my wife. Leah Wise, Crash Gal. She's amazing and the rock of my life. So I had to make sure that she was going to be good with it before I ever did anything like this, and she was incredibly encouraging about it. The second person I talked to was my dad, Joe Ochoa. He's a former mayor of Edinburgh. So I mean, he did it. He was there, and I lived it, and I saw him live through it. And just in the course of talking with him, it just dawned on me. I've got all this experience with the city. I've got all this knowledge. I literally worked with every single city department. I know all the projects the city has gone through. I'm young. I'm energetic. I know I can do a great job as the mayor of Edinburgh. And so when all of this kind of dawned on me, it just made sense that if I didn't do it, because I was more concerned about my law firm. That felt like a very selfish choice. And when I conceptualized it that way, it was literally no choice at all. I knew I had to give this a try. And we've been going at it ever since. And so for me, it's just wanting to bring that next level approach to the city, very focused on, future-minded, master planning, bringing that young energy to the city, right, to tackle these big problems. And so that's why I decided to do it.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite inspiring.
Long answer to a short question, but
Absolutely. We gotta wing cheers to that one before the the next question.
I will take that.
There you go. Wing cheers. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, you're on the hot seat now. Second question I would ask you. So you being young business owner, coming into the city, right, starting this business on a whim, what advice would you have to other young business owners looking to open up their own business?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. My advice would be really, it comes down to one word that comes to mind right now, Omar, and that's being relentless. Because relentless, you could fit a lot of other adjectives in there, like hard work, perseverance, just being relentless, because it is a day in and day out operation. It's 0 days off. I can tell you that I've been in the industry a little over 20 years. First time as an owner here at the Dog Stadium, proudly so. But I can reflect on a situation about 5 years ago where I'm sitting on a beach in Cancun and I'm placing a food order through my cell phone just because work never stops. So,
oh my God, you're placing a food order not for yourself at the beach. You're doing it for
the restaurant, for my food vendor at the time, for the business
crazy.
that I worked at the time.
Okay, I thought this was like you were relaxing on the beach ordering food for yourself.
Yeah, no,
Totally
yeah.
different.
Yeah, thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
No, I'm placing a food order for my food vendor from back home for the restaurant that I worked at. Obviously, you can internalize that and say, well, that's a task that can be handed off and whatnot. But I'm just a hands-on type of guy, and it just does. There's certain things that I do delegate, and that need to be delegated when you're in the position as an owner. However, at that time, with the amount of money on the line, it's definitely something that I wanted to take care of. So relentless is something that comes to mind because it is day in, day out. You could be at your daughter's soccer game. You could be sitting at home on a couch and you have to pick up that phone and you have to make a business decision.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. There literally are no days off when you're a business owner. My nephew is 12 years old right now, and is really kind of coming into his own. He's got these ideas about wanting to open a business at some point in the future. And everybody he asked me, he's like, so you can take any day off that you want, right? So you can go into the office anytime you want. And I'm like, no, it's worse when you own the business. You got to be on 24/7, even when you're not in there. So you're absolutely right. I know your pain.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think you would agree, right? Having a great staff is the key to being able to run.
Oh yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I know for me, I would not be able to run for mayor and have the business that I've got, the Omar Choa Law Firm, without a great staff being able to run the business while I'm doing all of this.
Absolutely. Kudos to our employees.
That's right.
Go.
Okay, there you go. Another wing of the cheers there. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Hard to break away from these. I appreciate that you didn't make them too spicy. Otherwise, I'd be choking and coughing all over this video. But I do love hot food. Like, seriously, they cannot make food hot enough for me. So
really?
So the next time, I want you to try to make it as hot as possible.
Yeah.
And we'll give that a shot.
No, absolutely. I get my spiciness tolerance from my father. Rest in peace. But yeah, I have a pretty high tolerance. It's like I drink habanero for breakfast type of deal.
I'm hearing some kind of a friendly competition maybe coming.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That'd be fun.
Dog Stadium versus.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. What's the next question? What you got?
Let's see. Where do you envision the city in 5 to 10 years, provided that you are elected?
Great question. For me, it's all about the future, right? It's all about our families, giving our families opportunities in the future to live in a great city that everybody can be proud of. And so, for me, what I would love to see are smart infrastructure investments over the course of the next, 5 to 10 years, where the city is putting in infrastructure on the north side of Edinburgh, so that we can see real expansion going on the north countryside. We need to repave a lot of roads. We need to add water and sewer lines to places that don't have them currently in the city. We need a master drainage plan to make sure that we don't have, drainage and water that's standing for several hours, several days, right, when we have a rain event. And so, you see different parts of the city that do get hit hard. After the most recent floods, right, a lot of people had property damaged. And so a lot of these, infrastructure things are absolutely needed. And I think if we do that, you're going to see the growth trajectory of the city explode. We're already growing by leaps and bounds, and if we start making these smart investments, I think it's only going to get better. You see companies like Zoho locating here in Edinburgh, technology company, right? International technology company that's based in India but has an Austin headquarters, and I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think if you really build out the infrastructure, you really make this place something that outside businesses and investors want to come into, you're going to see that growth explode. So I would love to see the expansion of the city continue to thrive in a way, though, that's master planned and that's smart. So that we are putting the city's taxpayer monies in the right places, and we're getting a good return for that investment.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Edinburgh is just such a phenomenal city. We've got all kinds of assets. The university that has a medical school. We've got 2 medical institutions, including DHR at South Texas Health System. We've got the county seat located here. We have the largest arena south of San Antonio. We got miles of undeveloped land, and I know you're very proud of this too. We've got Division I football starting in Edinburgh this fall.
Absolutely.
We've got so much going on for our city. There's no reason why we cannot be the big economic driver of the RGV, and that's where I think Edinburgh needs to be in the next 5-10 years for sure.
Awesome. Part B. Part B question. Is it similar to a presidency where you could rerun for another 4 years?
You can actually, yes.
As an Edinburgh mayor?
Yes, you can actually. And I know the answer to these questions because as a city attorney, I helped write some ordinance cleanups and charter cleanups. And so, yes, as a matter of fact, there are term limits for all elected officials in Edinburgh. And so it's a maximum of 2 terms of 4 years each term. So any given mayor, any given council member runs for 1 term that serves for 4 years. They have the ability to run for a second term for another 4 years, but then they're maxed out after that 8 years.
Okay, great. No, and that's the first thing that came to mind based on your answer, because it sounds like we're going to need you for 8 years.
I appreciate that, and I hope to be able to have that ability, but obviously we got to get started somewhere, right? And we're working hard in this campaign to talk to as many people as possible, because I'm convinced that if I can see you, talk to you, you can hear me and my ideas, that it will be something that you will seriously consider. And so that's all we ask for, is right, for people to give us that consideration, because I think everybody wants to see Edinburgh continue to move forward in the positive direction and not go backwards into something that they're not proud of anymore, right? I think everybody wants to see the city continue to thrive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Let's see. For my third question for you, it's gonna have to be a little bit different. Let's make this one a little bit off the wall.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if you could be, I'm just gonna guess here. Do you like superheroes?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. I love that. I love all the stuff. The Marvels, the DC stuff. I love watching all those movies. I love taking my nephews and nieces to go watch that. We have a lot of fun. If you could be any superhero, which one would you be and why?
Iron Man.
That was fast.
Absolutely.
Why?
My family, my immediate family, my daughters, my wife, they can attest that I identify the closest to Tony Stark's personality and sarcasm, and just the way he's so savvy and sharp with his comebacks and a little humor there. Plus, he's just a total badass.
I have to agree that Tony Stark has the most personality of any superhero.
Yeah, he's a strong
100% true.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I would love to be Iron Man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Good
need to shed a few pounds. But I'll be Iron Man one day.
That's okay. It's all about the suit, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Omar,
Okay, I'm almost scared to hear this third one, but you go ahead. What you got?
I've had some wise mentors in my past. Thank the good Lord. And I learned this from my previous employer, and he asked me this question at my interview. And since then, I've asked it at all the interviews that I conduct. Okay, and it's a personality question. It's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. I just love to ask this question. Here goes. Would you rather dance in the rain or feel no pain?
That's actually a really good question. Dance in the rain or feel no pain? Yes?
Yes.
Right? Okay. I would almost always rather dance in the rain.
Why is that?
And I think that has a lot to do with just my philosophy in life, right? It's like you said, relentless. It kind of fits with what I talk about, which is you just got to show up. You got to show up. You got to give it your all. You got to be ready for anything, right? And be open to any experience that's coming your way. And so I feel like, feeling no pain sounds great on paper. But no pain, no gain, right? Whatever is kind of true,
yeah.
Right? If you don't go through those trials, if you don't go through those periods in your life where you are being challenged by something, then you're going to miss out on a beautiful experience. At the very least, you're going to miss out on a great story that you can tell later. And so for me, I think, there's a lot to dancing in the rain, right? Which is, even if it's not the type of weather that you would have anticipated, even if it's not the kind of a day that you would have wanted, hey, you're going to make the most of it. You're going to dance in it, right? You're going to experience it, and you're going to learn from it and do something with it after it's over.
Yeah, and see the doctor maybe.
If needed, yes, 100% true.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that answer.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I haven't quite had anyone answer it like that, but I love that. I would hire you if you were applying in Dog
Oh my
Stadium.
God, thank you so much. All right, man, if things don't work out with this campaign, if things don't work out with my law firm, I will come here. I promise you that.
Yeah, no, let's knock on wood. No,
Awesome.
We're going to get you in there.
I appreciate it. Well, thank you so much again for having us here. These wings are delicious. I understand you're going to have some specials, right, for National Wing Day?
Yeah, National Wing Day, absolutely. Tuesday, July 29th. Look out for our social medias. We will have specials going on all day. We have nothing but jumbo wings in-house, never frozen, ready to serve you guys.
Yeah. I got really messy, but I promise it's totally worth it. Come on over here, get yourself some wings. Edgar, I really appreciate the time. And more than anything, I really appreciate what you've done with this place. I think it's a jewel in Edinburgh. And thank you for being such a productive member of the community. It means a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.